Want to put a cross in my room? Okay. Only disclaimer is that my parents are great. Hope you find it funny. I still chuckle when I remember this. Setting. Many years ago, I was 16 years old, living with my parents. Recent atheist, although long-time doubter. After telling my parent that I'm an atheist, my mother put a cross and icon, religious painting, in my room. I asked her to remove it, but she wouldn't, saying something like maybe it will make you more religious. I told her that while the cross and icon are in my room, I will read a passage from the Bible every day out loud, so she can hear, and she was very happy to hear this. The next day, I Googled worst Bible verses, chose a short passage carefully, and read it from a physical Bible we had in the house. Her reaction was, "This is in the Bible?" Quote, and I showed her. Same thing happened the second day. The third day I went to pick up the Bible. She sighed and told me to get the icon and cross down, so she can put them in her room. And that was the end of it. Edit. One of the passages was Genesis chapter 19 verse 8. Ezekiel chapter 23 verse 20. There she lusted after her lovers, whose genitals were like those of donkeys and whose emission was like that of horses. Niv. My favorite sadistic verse in the Bible is the one where the children made fun of the dude for being bald, so he prayed that God would punish them. God proceeds to send 2 bears from the woods that mauled 40-some of the children to death. Pretty harsh punishment for calling someone bald. Tears of joy. I have a relative who's kind of a religious fanatical and kept trying to convert me. Because I said I consider religion private and refuse to discuss it with her. Because she's unbearable, I discuss it respectfully with others. She doesn't accept it's private, and keeps trying to convert me because she doesn't see me practice religion as publicly and loudly as her, so that must mean I'm an atheist. To be fair, I am. But I never said that to her. She just assumed. Her sister announced she'd name her baby Judith, partly for Judith Butler, but that part she told only me. My relative was thinking it's strange and asked me where the name came from, and I said, the Bible. And explained. Sister OKD this. I wasn't trampling on her reasoning. Relative was shocked that I knew about biblical Judith and asked he how I knew. Then she got shocked that I had read it in the Bible. Then got shocked that there was a Bible in the house for her to check. This house had a Bible? No. I have a Bible. This is my personal Bible. Then she got shocked that I was able to open my own personal Bible straight on the book of Judith. Because she didn't know that Bibles had the indentations on the pages with the book's names. Fanatically religious relative doesn't have a Bible and has never read the Bible and probably had never looked at it before, but wants to school me. I told her my favorite Bible verse is Matthew chapter 6 verse 5. And when you pray, do not be like the hypocrites, for they love to pray standing in the synagogues and on the street corners to be seen by others. Truly I tell you, they have received their reward in full. Mom stopped making me go to church when I was 12 because I wouldn't stop asking questions. Very specific questions. With sources. The family joke from since I was small was that if something sat still long enough, I would read it. I also hated discrepancies and contradictions. I'm really not sure what she thought would happen if she made me sit on an uncomfortable bench, listening to people drone on about a book that was within reach. For a holy book, it sure has a lot of evil deviance in it. A Utah parent says the Bible contains porn and should be removed from school libraries. https www.sltrib.com/news/education/2023/03/22/ Utah parent says Bible contains / This made me think of the old letter to Dr. Laura joke. Must admit, It took me a while to track it down as I couldn't remember what it was called after so many years since reading it, but I ended up with a link to this which rather nicely also identified the original author. Open letter to Dr. Laura. Genesis chapter 19. Ada, behold now, I have 2 daughters which have not known man. Let me, I pray you, bring them out unto you, and do ye to them as is good in your eyes. Only unto these men do nothing. For therefore came they under the shadow of my roof. Always surprised by the number of Bible thumpers that have never read the book. The more a person reads it thoroughly, the more likely they are to question it. Genesis chapter 2 verse 1920. God says, "Hey, Adam, check all these animals. Maybe one will catch your fancy? No? Sigh. Okay, I'll make Eve for you." Psalms 137-9. Happy shall he be, that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. Ezekiel chapter 4 verse 15. Then he said to me, See, I will give you cow's dung in place of human dung over which you will prepare your bread. Fun times. Also remember that the Bible tells that crosses and icons, as well as other items such as rosaries, are a heresy, and a serious heresy at that. According to the Bible, a person who prays using those prays to the object and not God. So, she should have read the book. My favorite Bible story is when young boys yell, "Get out of here, Baldy," at Elisha, and he calls upon God to summon bears that maul the boys. 2 Kings chapter 2325. Believing in the Bible makes you a Christian. Reading the Bible will make you an atheist. To sum it all up, this person's religious mother never read the Bible. Like most devout Christians who want to ban books that teach American history. As they say, the fastest way to become an atheist is to read the Bible. One of my kids, her favorite story is in Genesis chapter 34. To be paraphrased, Dinah has sex with a local. Doesn't say whether it was consensual or not. Who then wants to marry her? Her brothers make up a story about how in order to marry into the family, all the men in the area have to be circumcised, which they agree to. Dude must have really loved Dinah. While they're recovering from the procedure, the brothers go on a killing spree, earning themselves a dressing down from their father. Like we need this kind of trouble. Are you all idiots? Quote, and by the looks of it, a sister who never gets married and possibly has a child from the former lover. We need to get these sort of smutty and immoral books out of our schools. Ha ha ha. I thought this was going to end with him turning the cross upside down. But anyway, nice MC. Thought you would read the one where Lot's daughters get him drunk and have sex with him.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.